What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Wrong with Manny Wilson. So I'm going to hit y'all with a story really quick. We got a classic case of I didn't do it or it's not me. Y'all ever been in trouble or had a little brother, little sister, cousin, whatever it may be, that has just never gotten in trouble no matter what happens? It's not their fault. Say you have a reputation of being the person who always takes the last slice of pizza, the last cookie, whatever. And the one time somebody makes a huge deal out of it, it actually wasn't you, but you get the blame for it. This is basically what's going on with Carmelo Anthony and the Rockets, man. They are doing, it's slightly different. I had to use some kind of analogy, but it's slightly different. But the Houston Rockets are making it seem like Carmelo Anthony is just a huge problem of why they're losing, why people are missing shots. It's like, no, one person cannot determine this much for one team. I'm like, I get it if Carmelo was, cutting up in the locker room or, just flipping the ball 9 times a game, turning it over. Then I can see if you like, okay, this dude is a problem. We got to get him gone. But that's not the case. The team, they say the team is not good at defense. And, of course, I agree with this. The Rockets are not good at defense. They could care less about defense. But yet they say Carmelo is a huge reason why the defense isn't going well. People on the team have been making shots. Carmelo has played pretty good. He had a few games where he was all right, mostly pretty solid. But you can't blame him for another man missing shots and missing layups. They've had injuries. This is the last thing. They had injuries. Chris Paul was hurt. He was out for a little bit. James Harden was out for a little bit. They came back and they still wasn't making shots. But you can't blame Carmelo for not putting up 90 and winning the game all by himself. You can't do that. Chris Paul and James Harden are 2 players on our team who make up the whole entire Houston Rockets, really. Harden is that star player on the franchise. And I'm like, wow, you're going to blame somebody else for the reason that they aren't producing right away or the reason that other people on the team aren't producing right away. Now, look, I get it. Carmelo Anthony, he slowed down a little bit. He's not the same Carmelo. Well, we get that. He's not the same Carmelo that he was in 06, 07. Of course, that's completely understandable. We know he slowed down a little bit. But that doesn't mean the man can't hoop like that don't mean he just lost all of his skill. He can still shoot the ball all right. He can still put it on the floor a little bit. I mean, damn. It was the game against Brooklyn. He put up 28 points, was 6 for 10 shooting threes. I'm like, you know how many how many teams in the NBA could use somebody who can make a forward who can make threes? Plenty of teams in the league can use a forward that can make threes. The game, I can't remember exactly who it was, but it was some team. He put up 24 points and then shot 6 for 10 from three-pointers again. I'm like, okay, that's pretty solid. So it's not like he's just jacking everything and completely broke around here. That would be different. I could see if he was shooting 1 for 12 from three-point line or a field goal percentage of 2 for 19. That's a different story right there. Then I was like, okay, this dude, he got to go. But that's not the case. He's not doing that. And it trips me out because usually Carmelo, he's had a reputation of being the guy who's unwilling and not going to come to any terms with the team or come to agreements with the team. Like when he was in OKC, everybody laughed at the idea and how solid he was on the idea that he's not coming off the bench. That was his main thing. He was like, look, I'm not coming off the bench, period. And that's how it went. And it was funny. I was one of those people. I'm like, damn, Melo, you got to realize you're not the same dude. So I'm like, you got to relax a little bit with that. You should just come off the bench and do your thing. So I laughed about that a little bit. But when he goes to the Rockets, he finally is accepting. He's like, you know what? I'll come to terms with you guys. If y'all want me to come off the bench, I can do it. Whatever is going to help us go to the playoffs and win. That was like the first winning decision I've ever seen Carmelo make. In my entire life of watching Carmelo Anthony, that was the first winning decision I've seen him make in terms of his career. He was like, I'm willing, I'll go ahead and I'll come off the bench. I'll follow the system. You guys shoot threes a lot. I'll go ahead and I'll try to adjust. So he does this. And from what I'm watching, it's not bad. He comes off the bench. He did his thing a little bit. And I'm like, that's good. He's actually willing. But the time he's finally willing in his career, the team is blaming him for everything. Like, I don't even see how you can blame this man for defense or blame him for the team not playing defense when nobody in the league even plays defense. Yet alone the Houston Rockets, don't nobody on that team play defense. The people they had that play, or the person they had that really helped the team out defensively, got traded. Trevor Ariza. He got traded. They got PJ Tucker, but him and Trevor Ariza really had a defensive thing going on. They could guard. If most good teams have about two or three good playmakers. So Trevor Ariza and PJ Tucker was holding it down defensively for the Houston Rockets, single-handedly almost. And Clint Capella, he was there too. But other than that, you knew what Melo was going to bring to the table before you brought him to the Houston Rockets. You knew Melo don't play no defense. Everybody know Carmelo he ain't give a damn about no defense. You know that. That's him. That's Carmelo Anthony. Who did you think this dude was? Harden don't even play defense. Chris Paul don't play. None of them people on that team play defense besides about two people. So you can't bring one person in here and talk about, he's really hurting us defensively. You can't give us all kind of BS excuses about that when really he's trying to fall into alignment with your terms. He's trying to fall in alignment with what you're putting down. He's trying to follow the system. But you're making it seem like he's just a huge problem when really he's not. Also, it's plenty of teams in the league that would love a player who can afford a 6'8" forward, who can shoot threes, who can put the ball on the ground and maybe get a bucket. It's plenty. Carmelo Anthony, it's not, I can see if Carmelo was worn down, completely done out the game, can't shoot, can't dribble, can't do nothing no more. But that's not the case. Vince Carter is still playing in the league. He about 41, 40. He's old in NBA terms. Vince Carter is still in the league. He learned to shoot. He's not the best player, but he's still holding it down. He done became a solid role player. And you telling me Carmelo can't do that? And I still believe Carmelo can shoot better than Vince Carter. He can play with his back turned to the basket better than Vince Carter. And you're going to tell me that Carmelo is just untalented, not good, or whatever. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's too many teams in the league today that need help. You can't put someone with enough talent like Carmelo Anthony out and just throw him out to the dirt and create that narrative that he's unvaluable to a team or he cannot help a team anymore. When many teams in the league need help, need forwards who can shoot the ball, especially because that's how the game is being played now. Many people want to shoot the three ball, and he's a player that can do it.